I'm going to demonstrate cutting the foam and how I go about it. I can't show you properly because I've only got this off-cut of foam. So the whole process starts with this board, this piece of plywood or MDF, long enough, wide enough rather, to be bigger than the foam. Under the foaming I've got cutting mats taped down to protect the blade of the cutter, which is here. These are very sharp and have a safety guard which you have to pull back to cut, and a thumb guard so your thumb doesn't go around the blade, which would be pretty appalling. So I bought cutting mats, cut them in half with a bandsaw, stuck them all down. This is the only foam I've got, so I can only show you the use of the jigs. If I was cutting several of these, I'd work out the best way of cutting it not to waste foam, and then set this strip, which is going to cut 4 out of, in there, and then you just zip along here. My straight edge bows up, so I have to keep that down at the same time. So if you imagine that I've cut a strip with several of those in now, I would put that strip back in this way, imagine it's the right width, and then set that one, cut it, keep going, do the next one, and so forth. And as long as the jig's square, they will come out square, but it pays every now and then just to check using the jig that it is square, because if it's a little bit out, you can always just pull this right back and just make a little correction, cut a little bit off. I'll cut a little bit off the edge just to show you how well the cutter works. You have to press pretty hard. You can't do that with a standing knife, because a standing knife will rip and pull and tear it. It makes a real mess. I have to work them all out individually, but the only fixed cut I ever make is, if you imagine that's a full width sheet, these long pieces of foam, I cut a strip equal to the length, and then just turn them around the other way, and you can get 15 pieces out of the one piece. That's the only sort of regular cut that I ever make. The straight edge that I use here which is just a piece of aluminium, but I put some foam pieces on the back so that it doesn't go completely flat and bow horribly. That's about all there is to it, really.